All right, welcome to today's stream of NA NFL 25. I think there for a sec. See if I can find. Oh, all right, here we go. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Here we go.
It's Week 10 of the National Football League, where we've got ourselves a Super Bowl 20 rematch. It's the Patriots and the Bears. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, partner. A couple of teams that were cellar dwellers a year ago, but as we've seen being around the league for a while, man, that can change one season to the next.
And how often do we see, Mike, a team that finished at the bottom of their division just a year later be the division champion? I'm not suggesting that it's easy or necessarily that these two teams are going to find themselves in that position. But the NFL is made up of a formula that says you don't have to stay long forever. If you make the right decisions, you can go from worst to first very quickly.
Here's Carlos Santos ready to get this one started. And off we go here on EA Sports. To return, it's Antonio Gibson. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Patriots have a rookie quarterback. It is Drake May. Long past the Tom Brady era, it is May who is now the guy in Foxborough. Out of North Carolina, Greg, the third pick in this past year's draft.
He's coming off one of those games, Mike, where he just wasn't good enough. I mean, he wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. He was good at times. He just wasn't good enough times. And I think when you're playing the quarterback position and all of the focus is on you, your play has such a direct correlation between wins and losses that when you don't play your best, the magnifying glass is on you. So he needs to bounce back this week. He needs to be more productive in the passing game, generate more big plays, and then eliminate the turnovers. He cannot continue to throw the ball to the other team.
Second down and 8. From out of the gun, here's May. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Working out of the gun, it's May. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn it to a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On fourth down, Bryce Beringer out to punt for New England. Pettis now to return. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The Bears come out with their quarterback, Caleb Williams. All of Chicago hoping this is the man who can finally answer that long search for a franchise quarterback for the Bears. He won the Heisman. He's the #1 overall pick in this past year's draft.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. A run here with Homer. And a good run there. Finds the lane, gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
The defense stringing them out. No gain, back to the original line of scrimmage. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Everett. And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down. On the ground, it's Homer. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run it with Homer. There he goes, inside the 30. And he's going to take this all the way to the Bears' 11-yard line. That pickup, good for 29 yards.
Explosive plays. Teams understand just how valuable they are in regards to the ability to score points. Typically, they come through the air, Mike. In this case, they got it on the ground. Now they find themselves inside the red zone.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it'll bring up 2nd down. He'll try the right side with Johnson. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. To throw, it's Williams. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Oh, he missed it from short range. A bad miss. It's no good. And this will stay a scoreless game.
You could see the body language of the kicker, Mike. Once it left his foot, he was kind of leaning. He was trying to bring that one back towards the middle. But that's the sound you dread as a kicker. It reverberates around the stadium, off the upright, no good.
And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. TJ Edwards there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. It's the tight end Henry in motion. They'll go right back to Stevenson. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Here's Bryce Behringer now as he's standing right around his own goal line. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And as we move into the second half of the season, he continues to put up the big numbers. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November. drop throw there off his back foot. It's complete. That's the first grab of the game for the man leading the entire league in receptions coming into the weekend. He gets his team a first down. A play fake. Now Williams. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. Christian Gonzalez, first rounder out of Oregon. Tight coverage there.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense.
And he'll take it on in. Gerald Everett, touchdown Bears. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. It's up and good. And the Bears will take a 7-0 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Gibson. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Patriots offense ready for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive linemen had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
They'll run it here with Antonio Gibson. He'll bring this up to the 22. Jaquan Brisker there to bring him down. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun is Brissett. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Patriots ready for the punt as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. That's taken in at the 50. And it's a good return here. He's going to set his guys up with outstanding field position. first and 10. Throwing is Williams. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Matthew Judon in there for the sack.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Third and long. Here's Williams. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And he's into the end zone. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Chicago.
It's just back-breaking here. If you're the defense, you feel like you're in a really good spot. It's third and pass. You understand what the offense likely has to do to convert the first down. They just don't do a great job of covering the receivers. And at the same point, let's give a lot of credit. Nice job by the quarterback working through his progression, getting to the right choice, and it pays off for a touchdown.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Gibson. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. Now Gibson. And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately, he goes down behind the line.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jalen Pope that time. Now it's going to be third down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete. That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
You hear teams talk about it all the time, Mike. Let's win at the point of attack. And boy, this team here early in the first quarter, they've done just that.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it'll lead to a second down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That one knocked away and incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
He's got it! And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. To throw it again, it's Williams. And this ball batted away and incomplete. He was looking for Keenan Allen on that one, and it'll be 2nd down. On the handoff, Johnson is running right. The Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. It gets them down to the 6. Williams. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Rome Odunze. Touchdown, Bears. This great season throwing the ball continues. That last TD pass, number 40 on the year. On is Santos for the PAT. His kick is good, and the Bears will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Gibson. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Stevenson. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Jaquan Brisker there to bring him down. 2nd and 7. A carry now for Gibson. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. T.J. Edwards there on the stop. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now Brissett in trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
If you can't protect the quarterback in the NFL, you might as well just throw your entire playbook in the garbage. Everything starts there. And with the amount this quarterback's been hit and taken down here in the 1st quarter, are we confident that we're going to be able to even see him in the game come the 2nd?
Here's their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. This is taken at the 25. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. Out comes the number 1 overall pick, Caleb Williams, and the rest of the Chicago offense. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. He's got it at the 7, and he will score. DJ Moore, touchdown Chicago. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. Numbers 17 and 18 on the year. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer, because right now, they don't have one.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears are able to extend the advantage to 28-0. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Gibson. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground, Gibson. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. We are through 1. 28-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this.
So, I had forgotten to tell you guys, and at halftime, I'm going to be doing a halftime show. So, it's going to feature, what's his name? Killer Clow, I think that's his name. His channel. So, look forward to that at halftime. But let's get back to the game.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. To throw is Brissett. He'll tuck it and take off. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Third down and 9. Brissett gonna throw. Ah, the ball's out. But this is taken in by a teammate.
after these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away, because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers. We have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up fourth down. These are drive killers.
And the Patriots ready to kick it away. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. That's taken on this side of midfield. And it's a good return here. He's going to set his guys up with outstanding field position. The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to take over once more. He's building a case for the MVP. He is the leader in the NFL in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll stick with him again. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to be taken down.
This is the connection that Bears fans have been dreaming about since these two guys were drafted in this previous spring's draft. I mean, they think they have one of the more formidable young quarterback-wide receiver duos in the entire league. Williams, first overall pick. Odunze, number 9. The future looks bright in Chicago.
Here's Williams now to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Gerald Everett. Touchdown, Bears. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Gibson. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Patriots offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Before we get to this next drive, I want to take a look ahead what's coming up in prime time starting tonight. Sunday Night Football, 2 of the biggest surprises from last year in the NFL. Lions and Texans at NRG Stadium. And then on Monday night, it'll be the Dolphins and Rams in Southern California. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate, I'm not sure they're confident their quarterback's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
And some good blocking, springing him. A gain of 9 as we get to third down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for New England. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Bears offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Another run here with Johnson. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
Offside. Defense. Automatic first down.
Now Williams. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Here's Williams. That one on target to Moore.
Let's add that to the list of great throws we've seen out of this quarterback here in the first half. We thought he might be in line to have a good game, especially against this style of defense. But let's be honest, Mike, he's been more than just good. He's been sensational.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. That's to the right side and incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Oh, falling away. What a throw. He drops it in there. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success. And you talk about a guy who's been running with a purpose here in the first half, Mike. I mean, not only hitting the holes and accelerating through them, but as the numbers telling you, he might be on his way to a big, big ball game.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
They'll try to run, and it's Johnson. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Roschon Johnson, touchdown Chicago. And he continues to add on to his amazing total on the ground this year. That was number 25, closing in on the all-time record. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears keep widening that lead It is now 42-0. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Marcus Jones now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Patriots offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. From out of the gun here. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
This has been a clinic tape as far as how do you rush the quarterback. From all three levels, their ability to get the quarterback on the ground is pretty remarkable, and it's still early here in the game, and if this offense doesn't get going here and protect the quarterback, we could be looking at a record-setting performance.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's May. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
And this drive is a disaster. He goes down for a 3rd consecutive time.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game, and I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
And it's a good return here. He's going to set his guys up with outstanding field position. The Bears offense and their running back set to go once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
On the ground, it's Johnson. He'll push forward for about a yard. Jawan Bentley there on the tackle. They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. To throw, it's Williams. He's got a man. That's DJ Moore. And he's into the end zone yet again. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Bears. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game. He's got 19 on the year. This is turning into a monster game. Let's keep an eye on this. 3 touchdown catches alone in the first half. Could be a record-setting game. Santos for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bears continue to bring the hammer down. It is now 49-0. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Jones now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's May. He's going to keep it himself.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system, and all these early sacks. Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window. Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
This fielded inside the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Bears offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A give, and here's Johnson. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Jawan Bentley there on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll go again with Johnson. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire 1st half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Off play action. Here's Williams. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I will be right back after this. 3rd and 5. Throwing is Williams. He's got the hook up there to Odunze. And he will get into the end zone. Roll Odunze. Touchdown, Chicago. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Jones now on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. They'll start out first down and 10. Here's May. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. May gonna look to throw. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to kick it away. Now the return, and it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. A dive and a catch. Incredible. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
And his great game continues, and all game long, Mike, he's really been on the receiving end of a lot of big plays, but I think we might have just seen his best one yet.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. A play fake. Now Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20.
And another great throw right there, Mike, and when you take a look at the numbers, they certainly don't lie. He has just been flat out terrific in this first half. His ability to spread the ball around, take what the defense has given him, they've certainly had a lot of success here early on.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
So you're a couple inches away from, instead of celebrating a touchdown with your boys on the sideline, you're trotting back to the huddle with your tail between your legs, and that's the fine line between success and failure in the NFL, and the reality is, he knows it, the sideline knows it, the huddle knows it. At this level, you've got to make that play. The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head...
Oh, and now look at this. It's a fake. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
I mean this with all due respect, and I know anytime anyone says that, they're getting ready to be very mean, but this is not what the kickers are known for. To ask them to pick up this first down with their legs against this defense, either keep the offense out there and go for it, or just let him come out on fourth down and do his job.
So we hit halftime along the lakefront here in Chicago, and the Bears are on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Josh Allen with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass. In the first half, it was the rookie from USC, Caleb Williams, who was looking the part. He had a half for the ages. Touchdown pass after touchdown pass. He threw a month's worth of touchdowns in just those first 2 quarters of play. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this.
All right. Is my mic? Yes. All right. So as promised for the halftime show, we're going to be doing Carmel's Corner. So take this time, and you got to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom, get something to eat, you know. But we'll be back with some more football after the halftime show. Here we go. Mm-hmm.
Welcome, view. Where? Oh yeah, I'm live, by the way. Quit fangirling. I said quit fangirling. Yep. Your mom's been going.
I'm like a bloody fucking surgeon.
I mean, I do what I don't. Huh? I was. No, I'm not much. I'm more Norwegian than anything. Norwegian area. Yeah, that's it, New Zealand.
I swear their breath is even worse here.
Winter Olympics are on. Yeah.
Oh, that was fantastic. You're on company time, and you're not above calling the week. Just because I look dead doesn't mean we're gonna hang out.
Gook. Gook.
I said this was gonna be fun. I never said shit out there.
Ever play fetch? Bloody shitbag reminded me of Franco. Who's next? I'm feeling punchy. Did it. We done did it. Alright, take hold. First, that's what I want to know.
What?
Where's my MVP trophy?
Double points.
Going though. Weird shit Oh, you're fucking crazy, son.
No shit, okay. Oops. Just fucking.
Bloody dimensions and these lanky shits are still in my way.
I didn't. Thank you, buddy. That's 10% per day. So, now it'll be 10 cents, tomorrow it'll be 11 cents. The next day it'll be 12 cents. 10%. I'm not doing it, but eventually it'll be this.
He's not JoJo.
What this cost?
20 cent.
Yep, this is how I party.
Oh, okay.
Get this down, boy.
No, I can't. I have the hard copy. No distress.
Well, it's just over at Eagles House, so I can't swear. I totally fixed the whole thing in this part wants to get my hands all day. This one did bad, but like she had the old surgery. So.
Better I gamble here than some dodgy warehouse poker game. Those fuckers cheat. You wouldn't try to unlock a knockoff on me, would you? Nah, you ain't that stupid.
All right, now let's get back to football. If y'all enjoyed that, that was forget the channel I just said, but Karma's Corner. Check out his channel. All right, let's get back to the football, shall we?
Second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. This taken at the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we move into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns. They'll run out of the gun with Johnson. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
And this is just more of the same, picking up exactly where he left off in the first half. And these numbers, Mike, as you see him, they just pop out at you. I mean, he has been the driving force of this offense from the very start.
On second down, a run with Johnson. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
On first down, right back to Johnson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Have to imagine at some point here, Mike, the defensive coordinator looks to change things up. This running back has had his way with them all day long. Get a few more guys in the box. But then you know what that does. It opens you up down the field to that passing game.
Working across the field. He's going to find more. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line.
Well, he had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the third, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
And on this first down, it's Johnson. Strong. The Bears are going to be set up with first and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
He's got his man, middle of the end zone. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Bears. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game. That is one behind the single-game NFL record. On is Santos for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Bears stretch things out even further. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Oh, what an unforced error at an untimely moment. Just tied the game, but then the kickoff out of bounds, and the ball comes out to the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, here's May. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing is May. That's complete to Ramondre Stevenson out of the backfield. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
3rd and short. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
I think the defense came in confident that they'd be able to get after the quarterback, right, Mike? When we met with them this week, they felt like they had a really good plan, some exotic looks, some different pressure packages, and it's worked to perfection. I'm not sure they thought they'd be 1 sack away from breaking the NFL record for the most sacks in a single game, but here we are.
And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. On the handoff, it's Johnson. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Kyle Duggar there to make the play. Here's 2nd and 6. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Gonna look deep, looking for more.
And at a game where it seems like this quarterback hasn't really done much wrong, that's really his most critical missed throw so far. He's had himself a really good game up until this point, but I think that's one when he goes back and watches the tape, he knows he should have had it.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The Patriots offense ready to take over once again. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll find Stevenson out of the backfield. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least...
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Mike, it is not very often where I am at a loss for words. You know that by working with me. But let's just set this stage. They just allowed a modern NFL record 13 sacks in one game. I mean, to say this is absurd would be a dramatic understatement. And I hate to say it, but performances like this, people lose their jobs over.
Jalen Johnson had the good coverage and is able to knock that one away. And now the punting unit will come on. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. Hey, Greg, this has been something to watch. Let's go through some of these highlights. Touchdown after touchdown after touchdown.
And this is one of those games where dreams are a reality, Mike, and you just can't ever predict when you're going to have a game like today, where just every play call, every ball that you throw, every option that you have downfield is wide open and productive. It's pretty incredible, the ability for them to continue to have their way with this defense, because barring some sort of change from this secondary where they come up with some answers, I don't even think they're done scoring just yet.
2nd down and 3. Here's Johnson. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On the give, it's Johnson. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Johnson. And he's going to have the 1st down, mark them at the 45, and move the chains. They'll go play action here with Williams. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A lot of terrific quarterbacks from Southern California, and here's another one. The rookie gets his team a 1st down. A run here with Johnson. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's a 2nd and 6. A run here with Homer. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Now Williams. He's got his man complete to Johnson.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
They'll run it with Homer. Finding space at the 15. And he's going to take this all the way home. Travis Homer. Touchdown, Chicago.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
The kick in is good.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Gibson. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Patriots offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Throwing now is May. Now he'll run it. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Off the play fake, it's May. He's going to run it. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you, and sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. 1st and 10. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Throwing on second down, Williams. That one incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. That'll be complete to Gibson. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Throwing on second down, May. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now, May will set up the screen for Gibson. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
This offense just can't buy a 3rd down conversion right now, Mike, and if you're not going to have a lot of explosive plays, that's just not a formula for success. The ability to sustain drives, maintain possession, that's a critical factor in scoring points in the NFL, and so far, this has been about as bad as it gets.
That'll be returnable from the 35. And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Bears offense and DJ Moore heading back onto the field, and he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
Another run here with Johnson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Give it right up the middle. And here's Johnson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Looked to me like the quarterback had the option to pull that and make it a throw, but he decides to give it. Probably wishes looking back that he would have pulled it because there was nowhere for that running back to go.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, there's refusing to take your foot off the gas, and then there's this. I'm not even sure really how to classify. I mean, to have this type of lead in the fourth quarter and still continue to air it out. I'll tell you what, I'm going to pay attention to this after the game coach's handshake. I think could be pretty interesting. They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
The Patriots offense make their way out to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. They'll go play action with May. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
They just have to be better on first down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on first down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
On second down, it's May. Off he goes.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
On third and long, here's May. He's got Douglas going deep, and that is incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Into the secondary, past the 40. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll run this over the center with Johnson. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. They'll run Johnson. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 4.
Off play action. Here's Williams. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
For the Bears field goal, a 55-yard attempt.
That is not going to do it. Tried to bite off a lot with that one. It's no good. And they are not able to add on to their big lead.
You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
Here's May to throw it on first down. That one taken in by Douglas. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
This is a great opportunity now for the offense to really seize control of this game. They just saw their opponent miss a field goal try, come out aggressive on the ensuing possession, strike deep early. Now see if they can put this drive together and end it with some points.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From out of the gun, here's May. Taking off. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
He's got his big tight end, Henry. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd and long. On the handoff, it's Stevenson. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Pats will cut into that lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
A return now from the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Bears offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. And you take a look at the numbers in this one, there is not much to complain about on that ledger, is there? He has been terrific to this point in the proceedings. On this 1st down, it's Johnson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On 1st down, right back to Johnson. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. They'll go again with Johnson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds. Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field. This is a spot you just love to be in as a defensive player. I mean, you've got him backed up so far. You're not really fearing any play call, let alone.
Now, how about this? It's a fake. And this is not going to get it done. Not even close to picking up the first down. And they will turn it over on downs.
Points are so hard to come by in this league, Mike. I understand the notion that teams don't like settling for field goals. When you're down this close to the end zone, they want to come away with 6. But if that's the case, let your offense stay on the field on 4th down. If not, let your field goal unit kick the field goal.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Here's May. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. We're about ready now for the punt, as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. Here comes a return, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the ground, it's Johnson. A hit, and he has lost the football. One of the Patriots has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your finger...
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. On 2nd down, a run with Johnson. And he'll bring this up to the 48-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Again, left side here for Johnson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. And that last run, a big one. It puts him over 2,000 rushing yards for the year. Some of the best names in the history of running backs have reached that accomplishment. Adrian Peterson doing it, among others. The 2,000-yard club now has a new member. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now it's Johnson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means...
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, He tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. On third down, here's Johnson. Wow, a pretty good comeback to say the least. Not enough for a first down, but a really solid pickup. And it brings us to fourth down. So this one in the win column for the Bears. Their winning ways continue. They've yet to be stopped as they remain unbeaten in the month of November. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.
All right. So let's see. Up there it goes. It's working now. All right. So that'll be it for today's stream of um NH or NFL Madden 25. I'm gonna be recording, I believe, Grand Theft Auto. I'm not sure. Hold on, let me check. Preparing my site. Oh boy. Oh, slow. Oh no, it's Ace Combat. So, yeah. So, it'll be Ace Combat. I'm going to be recording that, not live streaming it. So, look out for that video. Yeah. Um, till next time, I will catch you all later. Oh yeah. Also, remember to like and subscribe. I'll catch you all later.